The Print Off the Cuff. Experience partner, the Quorum.
Dr. Abdul Majid Hakim Ilahi, representative of the Supreme Leader. Welcome to Off the Cuff. I'm privileged to have you. I know that you come from a country at war, an embattled country, now also involved in very complex negotiations. When you wake up, when you go to sleep, what do you think about more? You think about what you're watching in the environment in India, or you're thinking about what's happening back home?
Okay, thank you very much for having me here, and good evening for everyone. And I hope that our meeting here and our conversation be useful for us. And as you know, it's the 1 year I'm here. Why I'm here? Because our Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, he loved India so much. Because of that, he chose representative of him for India. He doesn't have representative in a lot of countries. Just a few, less than 4 countries. One of them is India, because he loved India too much. I cannot even explain how he was loving India. So even before I'm coming here, I explained with my friend that the first book which he wrote, it was about India. He was 22 years old. He wrote 2 volumes of books about India. 169 times he mentioned the name of India in his public speech. 169 times. And in all this speech, he was praising on India. Its culture, its civilization, its education, their virtues. And even more than 22 books he studied about the history of India. But from India, more than 50 books. I remember 2, with what I was presented on it, maybe it was more than that, but I was in the meeting. 2 times he met students and professors from different universities in Iran, and he was advising them, you have to read and study the book of Jawahir Nehru. And he said, this book is miracle, because he wrote 2 volumes of books while he didn't have access to the library. He didn't have access to the references. And I'm surprising how he could write such very, very beautiful, wonderful books without having references. However, he loved India so much, and he was always emphasizing in India a lot of things. Maybe I will explain about it more. But about me also, I love India too much. I cannot explain it how much. But when I wake up, I'm thinking about India. When I sleep also, I'm thinking about India. And even in my dream, I see India.
Dr. Ilahi is a philosopher. He's also a teacher. He's taught at universities in Indonesia, in Egypt. You set up a university, UK, and Cambridge, Africa. At Cambridge. He set up a university. Tell us about the university you set up.
Yes. I was invited for the setting conference in Ghana, Africa. So I saw they didn't have private university, which it should be with high quality. I got contribution from my friends and from different people, and I built university, and still a university there. And at that time, it was the best private university. I remember at that time, I invited the president of the country for opening ceremony of the university. He came. 2 times also vice president came. And anytime for our graduation ceremony, I was inviting more than 20 members of the parliament and also ministers. They were coming and we had very good relationship with them. And even I met a lot of ministers and whom they sent their children to my university. However, I established that university, and at the same time, I was the president of the university. Then I moved from, at the same time also, that in Ghana and in some other countries, I built more than 20 schools and library.
Looking back at Iran, where does the situation now stand? Is it peace? Is it war? Is it no peace, no war? Are we closer to peace or are we closer to a return to war?
Yes, it's a good question. Before 28th of February, before the war, we knew that they will impose to us the war. We were aware of that completely. But we started negotiating with the other side. First, we started negotiating with them in Oman. Then they said it's wonderful, successful negotiation. We moved from Oman to Geneva, and we started negotiating with other side. And even one member of the delegation of United States of America, who was from UK, British man, after the war, he said, I was surprised how Iran offered a lot of things to United States of America to be avoided from the war. But unfortunately, we were on the table of negotiation, but they attacked us. From the every beginning, we had three concerns. Frankly, I'm telling you. The first concern is our military action, how we can defend ourselves. Because it wasn't just only United States of America or Israel. There were some other countries supporting them. And you know that. As you know, United States of America didn't attack us from New York, from Washington, from California. The bases were in our neighbors. So these countries were supporting them. However, we had concern about military action. This is the first. The second concern about our people in Iran, how they can tolerate this war and this damage and killing innocent people, what will be their reaction? And the third concern was about some people out of Iran, like Kurdistan of Iraq and some other countries, our neighbors. They wanted to come inside and to get some our cities. And more than 4 years, they were treated and they got the newest of weapons to attack Iran. These three concerns. But fortunately, all of them were very nice. In military action, you know about it. They came to damage Iran, to change Iran within 3 days just. Just they said within 3 days we finish everything. Even if you remember, they said that after war, the map of Iran will be changed. And Iran has another map. According to some reports, they wanted to divide Iran to 5 countries. And they wanted to make 5 countries, as they did to some other countries. This is the one first. But we defend ourselves for 40 days. Why? They were believing and they were thinking that within 3 days they can finish everything. So they attacked Iran. At the first day, they killed the supreme leader and a lot of commanders. And as you know, I asked the security of supreme leader, myself I asked. And even Ali Larijani also said 2 days before war, I went to the supreme leader's office and I asked him, please You should move from your office to another place, because your office, everyone knows, they will attack you, they will do a lot. And I started talking and bringing a lot of reasons that you have to move from this place. Ali Rajani said that Supreme Leader listened to me, finally started laughing at me. And he said, how I can send poor soldiers, poor people, poor young to the war, fighting, and I hide myself and I go to the safe place? Never I do that. And I cannot be more leader of them. I will stay in my house. It should not be any special life for myself. I asked the security for maybe some months ago, and they said the Supreme Leader refused to move from his house. And I asked his security, why you are not building the bunker for the Supreme Leader? The chief of the security told me, he said that the Supreme Leader refused. He said, if you could build 90 million bunkers for Iranian, after that come and build one for me. So he was killed, assassinated, and a lot of other people. And as you know, his daughter-in-law, his son-in-law, and his granddaughter, 9 months just only, and some others. A lot of people were killed. And the bomb which they use it was making everything powder. It was very big and heavy bomb, but Iran could defend itself. And also they killed some other commanders, some other soldiers, some other people, but Iran could defend for 40 days till they started sending a lot of messages through different countries that they want ceasefire. This is one concern for the military action. We became okay, and we were sure that nothing will happen. We can defend ourselves. The second concern about our people. Fortunately, they came out, and day and night they were on the street. Day and night. Even some part of Iran is very cold, raining and snowing. They were on the street and they said, we will not go back. You maybe watch it, that they were in rally and they were attacked by air forces and also missiles, but they didn't leave the street. Still, it's more than 50 days, and every night they are coming on the street, they said we are alive. And as you know, they had a self-sacrifice campaign. 30 million Iranians registered their name that we are self-sacrifice. We are ready to sacrifice ourselves for Iran. Even some Iranians, they weren't with the government and with Islamic Republic of Iran, but at this time, they came and they started supporting. This is also the second concern, which now it's okay, we don't have any problem with it. And the third one, yes, they wanted to move from some of our neighbors to come.
North and west.
Yes, exactly. But Iran bombed them, attacked them, and Iran became sure they cannot do anything.
Yeah, those were the attacks on Erbil, for example.
Erbil, yes,
Erbil,
true.
for example.
Yes.
Now, how far are we from possible peace? Because something is going on.
Yes.
Something is going on behind the scenes. So where are we right now in terms of talks, negotiations, what's being discussed?
Yes. Please, as you know, Iran never ever wanted nuclear weapons. More than 30 years ago, the Supreme Leader of Iran issued fatwa, religious statement, and he said having nuclear weapons is forbidden, is haram, which means never we can have nuclear weapons. I remember during the time, the first presidentship of Obama, his advisor came to Iran. He met me, and he wanted to be sure that the value of this statement. 1 week he was in Iran, and I was his host, and he was my guest. We were together. There were 5 people, delegation. They came from United States of America. When he went back to America, he informed President Obama, and President Obama also mentioned to the United Nations meeting that the Supreme Leader of Iran issued statement of it's forbidden having nuclear weapons. So we don't want to have it. We didn't have, we don't have, and we don't want to have it. This is the first problem. And there is no any reason for attacking Iran, except some individual reason, like the president or prime minister of some country. They have problem, personal problem. Otherwise, is not interest for their country. They damage their country, and they damage our country also. And as maybe you heard from John Kerry, he said that that prime minister is a 40 years. He wanted get any president of United States of America to attack Iran, to accompany him for attacking Iran. But he couldn't convince any of them. But this president, the current president, accepted. So this means there is no reason, there is no philosophy, there is no justification for attacking Iran. And if you see the statement which issued by them is different. One day they said we attacked because of fan. When they killed 100 youth in our ship, they said, why did you kill them? They were weapons-less. They didn't have any weapons.
This is IRIS Dana.
Yeah, Dana. They said for fun. And for Iran, sometimes they say we want to divide it. The map should be different. Another time, they said Iran has very good oil, so we want to have their oil. We got 100 million barrels from Venezuela. So from Iran also we want to have it. So you will not get any one single aim and purpose for attacking Iran. There are differences if you look at it within these 40 days. So difference. So there is no any reason for attacking Iran except individual reason for that. So they attack Iran, and Iran tried several times, and offered a lot of things to be avoided from this war, because this is the war. You know, more than 100,000 houses were damaged. More than 40 hospitals within these 40 days were damaged. Just now I read it. More than 40 hospitals were damaged. More than 20 universities were damaged. A lot of laboratories were damaged. 40,000 people were injured. 40,000 people. We had some babies just only less than 1 day were born and they were killed. You can look at the internet, you see all of this. What is the mentality of this?
So, where do we stand now? Because there are some messages being exchanged. Foreign Minister Arachi is traveling from capital to capital. There's always speculation whether there'll be direct talks with the Americans or not. What is the status of the talks right now? Is something on? Is something not on?
Yes, they are on it. And there are some countries, they are working day and night to bring peace in the region. Because as you know, a lot of countries were suffering from this conflict. I can say this conflict, these problems in the region, in Strait of Hormuz, became global crisis. A lot of countries were affected by these problems. And due to that, there are a lot of countries were started talking to United States of America and to Iran to come together and to bring their idea closer. But from the 40 days ago, when we accepted the ceasefire, we offered a 10-point plan, and it was accepted by the United States of America. And they came to Pakistan, and our delegation also went to Pakistan with the high level of the delegation. We don't have more than that. They went to show that they are very serious to have agreement. And they said that we don't need to go back to Iran to negotiate or discuss it with other people. But unfortunately, they were supposed to talk just only on that 10 point. Our other side started talking about something else. And high demand. You have to do this, and Iran didn't accept it. But now, Iran seriously wants ceasefire, end of the war, peace in the region, because it's not just only other sides will be affected by this war, but Iranian also will be affected by this war. And we don't want this one. Why the innocent people should be killed.
So, will you name some of these countries that are trying to bring about peace?
Yes. Even Qatar started talking, Turkey started talking, Iraq started talking, and also...
sorry, sir. What's the first country you named?
Qatar.
Qatar.
Yes. They started talking. Even I heard some other countries, but it's not official news. But they started.
So you said Qatar, Egypt, Turkey.
Egypt, Turkey, Oman.
Yes.
And Pakistan also.
And Pakistan, of course. Yes. So all of them are trying to
bring peace in the region.
And many of them are allies of the Americans.
Of course.
Even Pakistan is a major non-NATO ally of the Americans.
Yes.
Listed there. So, your own sense, are we closer to peace? Are we closer to a return to war? Because something's got to give. This cannot carry on like this for more than another week or 10 days.
Actually, this is just my understanding, and I cannot say. Iran tries as much as possible to bring peace. But according to my understanding and experiences, the other side doesn't want that. Because they are looking at their reputation. Because they started this war. They initiated this war. And they lost a lot of life from themselves. They didn't announce it. But a lot of soldiers were killed from them. And a lot of their bases were damaged. Billions of dollars were damaged. If they become accepting the peace, so they will be questioned. What was the reason of this war? What is the achievement of this war? They don't have any answer. Because of this, maybe they want to continue the war to have something to mention to their people. Otherwise, as you know, a lot of Americans and even a lot of senators, they started questioning what was the reason of this war, what is the philosophy of this war, and what is the achievement of this war.
What is the current state of relationship? You said earlier that America did not launch its planes from Washington or New York. These came from your neighborhood. So what is the state of Iran's relationship with its Arab neighbors?
We had very good relationship with our neighbors, really. We had the same tribe, the same people, the same cultural. and we didn't have any problem with them. But they were forced to offer some of their land to United of America to build bases on it. And they, under the propagation against Iran, they were thinking that America will bring peace for them, protect them. If you remember, during the first presidentship of President Trump, he said, "Oh, Malik," he was addressing the Malik of certain country, Arab country, "if I don't protect you, you cannot continue only 1 week." Do you remember? He said that. By that, these Arab countries, our neighbors, unfortunately, they offered their land for them, and they started building bases, and they were against Iran. Please, we don't have any problem for the relationship between these countries with any other. This is not our matter. This is their matter. But they should not offer opportunity to our enemy to attack us from this basis. The problem is not having the basis. More than, according to the report of some American senators, he said more than 45 bases are established around Iran, and Iran was surrounded by 45 bases. So the relationship was very good, and sometimes it wasn't good, but we tried to be very good, a strong relationship. I'm sure now, after the war, our relationship will be more better and stronger than before. Because they realize that no one can protect them, no one can bring peace for them.
Let's see how that will play out. But there is a question about Iran also having its proxies and its non-state actors, whether it's Hamas, it's Houthis, it's PIJ, it's all pardon me? Hezbollah, all of these groups. You call it axis of resistance, but they are Iran supported, Iran funded, Iran armed, and to that extent they give Iran leverage over all these countries in the region, and many of these are much smaller countries. Yeah. Are they then not pushing back at Iran playing a hegemon in the region?
I don't think so.
Because I'll add to this. In our country, we have a very high degree of sensitivity to non-state actors.
Yes. Do you know, honestly, Iran never wanted to have any conflict and problems and crises with any other country, especially with its neighbor. But at the same time, we believe that if there is any oppressed people or country, we have to support them. Before establishment of Islamic Republic of Iran in 1979 or 78, okay? Look at the history. How many times Israel attacked Lebanon? How many times killed innocent people? How many people were massacred in Lebanon by Ariel Sharon and some others? Look at the interview with the soldiers and how they were killing them. So the conflict between Lebanon and Israel is not because of Iran. Even before establishment of Islamic Republic of Iran was the same. Yes, Iran at that time, during the Shah times and era, was supporting Israel. Then, after that also, Israel was attacking Lebanon several times. Look at it. After that, some youth gathered from the south of Lebanon. They said, we have to defend ourselves. Because south up to Beirut was occupied by Israel. They were living there. And they had a lot of agents in Lebanon. Iran also supported them, spirituality, and also giving them some advice and consultation. This is the reason of that, because they were oppressed people, and they established themselves, and they are not under control of Iran. They established this organization for defending themselves. You cannot get any single attack from them. They started attack, but always they were supporting of them. Why? Because they knew that there is no border for Israel. Can you mention the border of Israel? Where is it? Every day they want to expand it. They want to expand it. They believe that they have to defend the land themselves. This is for Hezbollah. Even if you come to Houthi, Iran didn't establish Houthi. Iran didn't have any relationship with Yemen. Yemen was under control of Ali Abdullah Saleh. And he had very good relationship with Saddam. And he was supporting Saddam during the war between Iran and Iraq. But after some while, without any support of Iran, with interfere of Iran, these Houthi people, they are Yemenis people. They came out and they were attacked by some other Arab countries for 8 years. Imagine. They were killing them, these innocent people. They didn't have anything. They started defending themselves. Just this only. And yes, after that, Iran started giving them some advice, maybe some spirituality support. And never, ever, Iran wanted to interfere in the region or to kill any innocent people. But this, Iran supported, yes, spirituality, this Hezbollah, for defending themselves and their land.
Well, I shall only bring in a little bit of our Indian skepticism to this, because we've heard this explanation many times that the only support we give is, we don't hear spiritual, but we hear diplomatic, political, and moral. But we know where the guns come from, we know where the RDX comes from, we know where the people come from. So this is, I don't think in this country or this capital, this is going to wash very much. But there is an issue in the Middle East. You have your own explanation for this. And it's a story that's playing out. Now, at this point, we can take questions. You have a question? Snehesh Alex Philip is our defense editor.
Hi, sir. Thank you so much for coming for this. So just, what has happened, but what is the way ahead? Now, if you speak to the other side, they say that how can we have a conversation with a regime which calls Israel a cancerous tumor that needs to be eliminated? Now, there is a clock in Iran, in Tehran, which is a countdown for the destruction of Israel. So what is the way forward? Is it time to leave whatever has happened behind and start a fresh journey? Because Israel and Iran have had a great relationship before the Islamic Revolution. How do you see this going ahead, sir?
Yes. Iran didn't want to damage or crush Israel, but said because of their activities, because of their behavior, because of their treatments with their neighbors, something will happen. How much the people can be under pressure? Recently, the prime minister of that country mentioned that we are going to have the big Israel. So even up to now, they don't have any border for their countries. How is it? Tomorrow they will attack Iran. They attack Iraq. And if you see, they show one map for the new Israel. So you will see it. How is it? This is for that one. This is one. And the second thing, which is very important, we should take something in consideration to be official. If it's come official, yes, we have to talk about it and based on that one. But non-official, they're talking a lot. And now we go back also. How many Iranian scientific have been killed by Israel? How many? Professors. How many have been killed by Israel? Can you show me just one single Israelis killed by Iran? No. A lot of Iranian scientifics, professors, a lot have been killed by Israel. A lot of our bases have been damaged by Israel. A lot of refinery is spoiled and damaged by them. But they are damaging Iran. Yes, maybe Iran is propagating something else. But you cannot get any single Israeli who was killed by Iran. But come to Iran, how many people have been killed? And they were professors. They weren't military people.
Does Israel have the right to exist as a nation? No, it's a serious question.
Yes, we said, please, why you are not coming to election? Everywhere, this is common. You have to come to election. All people who are from this land, they have to come together and they have to vote. Whatever comes out from the election box, we accept it. We don't want to impose our idea.
Israel has elections regularly. The next elections are in October this year.
But by who? Just only by themselves. Do they allow anyone to go back, Palestinian to go back to their country?
I think I'd love to see an election where Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshis, Myanmaris, everybody votes, and whatever comes out, I think we'll accept. But
No. That's just only Palestinian. I met a lot Palestinian ambassadors in different countries. They said we are not allowed to go back to our country. Why they are ambassador of the Palestine? I say, please, why they are not allowing all people, Palestinians, Christians, Muslims, Jews come together and they vote and they choose whatever they want. This is right. Yeah.
So introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Rajdeep. Just a comment and then a quick question. The question that does Israel have a right to exist is a little bit of a gotcha because nobody asks, does Hungary have a right to exist? Does X? So typically people have a right to exist and nations are separate. But that's a long discourse. But I have a question on the negotiations. So you were at the negotiating table twice and you got attacked both times. Now you're at the negotiating table again. So I guess one of the things is that you want to make sure that you don't get attacked again in future. But any contract that you come up with, there's nobody to enforce it, not the United Nations, not a bilateral pact or multilateral with Russia, Turkey. So how do you solve for this problem that anything that you come up with is followed?
Yes. Do you know, there are there are some international organizations. We have to depend on them and their conditions. So we should get guarantee from them why they know they are not remain their commitments and they will not promise their commitments. But at the same time, we don't have any other option. We have to go to the United Nations and they have to issue resolution and write that they will not do again with attack Iran, because Iran is not neighbor of United States of America. More than 5,000 miles is distance between these two countries. What they want? And there are some maybe other means and tools by which they can be sure that they will not attack us again. Yes, this is they want, because no war, no peace doesn't have any sense. They want to be sure they should have their normal life. This is what they want.
I have a question from Brigadier Dipendra Rawat, who says, denial can be a military strategy during an ongoing conflict. However, closure of Strait of Hormuz, which has been historically open to maritime traffic, permanently to free navigation, appears to be a violation of international maritime law. Your thoughts?
Yes. Do you know the Strait of Hormuz before 28th of February was open? All countries benefited from it. Iran provided security for all ships, and they were passing through Strait of Hormuz. Iran never asked anything, any new law conditions posing on Strait of Hormuz. But after this war, which they initiated, this place, this Strait of Hormuz, became the main subject or major field of the problem and crisis. I think Iran also doesn't want to have anything in the future. Iran wants to follow and implement the international laws. But within this crisis, maybe Iran wants to be sure that the crisis will not come back again. And is going to benefit from these cycles. Otherwise, there is no any official statement from Iran which shows Iran wants to do anything. Yeah, they are talking, but official statement, we don't have anything.
So this is called benefiting from silence, you said.
Yeah.
Question in the back.
Good evening, sir. My name is Soumya Pillai. I cover science at The Print. My question is taking from your statement earlier when you said that Iran does not want to develop nuclear weapons and it had no plans to develop nuclear weapons. But I just wanted to go back to the International Atomic Energy Agency, which had pointed out that, for the longest time, Iran's nuclear program was not really declared to the world. In fact, they had also pointed out that you were just a few steps away from enriching uranium to weapons grade. If you could talk a little bit about the program and also tell us a little bit about why the Fordo facility was so guarded if you did not have plans to enrich it to weapons grade.
Actually, you know that we don't have, and even nuclear agency announced several times that Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons, doesn't want to have it. This is Garussi also announced it recently, and there is no any evidence which shows that Iran want to have it. While the other country has more than 450 nuclear weapons, as you know, heads of nuclear weapons. And no one talk about it. It's okay. This is double standard. But Iran doesn't want to have it. Iran wants to have nuclear powers just only for electricity and for medicine. And we have some hospitals which they use it, and also for some cancers medicine. This is what Iran wanted. For the Fordo, but this is the Iranian rights, not Iranian. All countries have this right, and they don't want to give even this right to Iran.
Well, J.D. Vance said recently that which country sets up nuclear reactors underground?
Yes, because they don't want Iran to have even this right. Because of that, please, in Iraq nuclear powers were attacked during Saddam's time by Israel.
Iraq.
In Iraq. In Sudan also was attacked by Israel. In Syria was attacked by Israel. Do you know that? It's clear. So Iran understood and got its experience that it should be make it in some place which is safe. Just only for that.
My name is Anya.
And what do you do?
I'm a student. Yeah. So my question is, before the war, Iran had reportedly offered to freeze support to the Axis of Resistance. And I'm just wondering, now that the war has started, in these ceasefire negotiations, would Iran be willing to do the same thing, to freeze its support for the axis of resistance? Is that something that Iran would agree to?
Which resistance? In where?
I think
She
in all
means
of them.
Hezbollah,
Hezbollah,
Houthis,
Hamas,
Hamas.
Houthis.
We spoke about them.
Yes, I said Hamas, Iran doesn't have any relationship with them. Even they announced that Iran, they mentioned Iran also didn't know anything about what's going on in Hamas. In Hezbollah, yes, Hezbollah never initiated any war against Israel. Never started, but defense self. We were in ceasefire for 2 weeks. At the same time, they killed more than 1,000 innocent people while we were in ceasefire. Do we give right to them to defend themselves or not? They were in the funeral. Innocent people, ordinary people. They gathered for the funeral at Beirut. They damaged them. 10,000s of bomb they bombed them by. And so
That's the big pager.
And the pager, more than 4,000 innocent people, they were affected. Now they are blind. They don't have eyes. Some of them, they don't have hands. Some of them, they don't have face. For what?
Sir, I'm Nipun Malhotra. I'm a disability rights activist. Thank you so much for the wonderful session. Sir, a lot of the Western media is also reporting that the peace talks are failing because nobody really knows who's in charge in Iran. People say Mr. Khamenei is very injured, IRGC is fighting, and a lot of rival factions coming up. So, what's your response to these claims by the Western media?
Because Donald Trump keeps saying every day that they have no idea who's in charge. I think by the time we finish this, he would have put out one more to social media.
No, this is, who is in charge in Iran, yeah?
Yeah, that's what the Western media keeps saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a very good question. Please, Iran is not just only individual institution. It's constitutional institution, based on constitution, and everyone has his own duty and responsibilities. The president has his own responsibility, he is doing for it. The spokesperson of the parliament is the same, and all of them. And we have some responsibilities and duties for the supreme leader. The new supreme leaders, just for your information, I was his classmate, maybe more than 30 years we were together. I know him very, very well.
They are friends.
Yes. I know him very, very well. I was with him, and when we were in the class. But after when we finished and we became lecturer, so every week, twice or once, I was meeting him at his house. He was a very pious person. He was very, very intelligent person. He's very elite. He's very wise. And also, he's very hardworking. At the same time, really, do you know, our supreme leader for 47 years, he was in high ranking of the authority in Iran. 2 terms he was president of Iran, means 8 years. 2 terms he was member of the parliament. 37 years he was supreme leader of Iran. He doesn't have house. He didn't buy house for his children. He has 4 sons. None of them has house. They are living in rented house. All of them, even this new supreme leader. But I remember once I invited him to come to certain country. He said, I love to come, I want to come, I come. But I said, it's not coming. I asked him, why you are not coming? He said, honestly, I don't have money for buy ticket, 35,000 rupees. And now, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I called my friend and I asked him, how is he? Because I heard he was injured and he's not in a good condition of health. He said, no, he's very good. I said, no, I cannot rest. Let me know, honestly, tell me what's going on. After some days, I called him, please, have you seen him? He said, yesterday I was with him. And even he asked about you. I said, do you know anything about for that man? I said, yes. He talked about Indians. And I reported to him what I said to him. I said, please, I cannot describe the emotions, feelings, goodness, kindness from our brothers and sisters in India, regardless their religion. I cannot get words to describe them. And he said, I informed him. And he said, please ask him to write it to me. And I wrote to him. He was very happy. Yesterday, one of my friends asked me, I questioned him. I wrote him one question, and he sent me the answer by his right hand. I said, can you show me? And he showed to me through WhatsApp. He's he's very healthy, in very good condition, and he continues his job, and also he has meeting. But unfortunately, because the enemies don't observe any humanity, any morality, so now he's not coming in the public.
You talked about everybody voting in Israel. You said Christians, Arabs, Muslims, everybody. What about Iran? What about the state of minorities in Iran?
Yeah.
Because from whatever we understand, Zoroastrians, Baha'is, Jews, to some extent Christians also have generally emptied out of Iran. So what's the state of minorities in Iran?
In Iran, fortunately, the minority have rights more than the majority. Even sometimes I wish that I was from minority.
I think sometimes that is said in election campaigns.
No, no.
But you know, I don't think it's taken that
No.
seriously. At least
Honestly,
I
I'm
won't
telling you.
take it so seriously.
We have in Iran, we have Christians. We don't open just the election to say everyone should vote to get their MP. Because we know that they are in minority, maybe they will not win. We said, no, you have your share. And they have from this city, from that city. They, even if they are very few people, but they have their own to have member on the parliament. Whether they are Christians, they are Jews, and any others. In Armenia, they have their own member of the parliament. They have their own freedom. They have their own churches and temples. They are happy. If you go to the statement of them who are living in Iran, not get it from other countries, but from Iran, who are living in Iran, you will see that they say, really, we are free and we are practicing our religious activities.
Well, Iran is actually a very diverse country, ethnically also. It's not something that's understood enough. For example, Pakistan may have some 3.5 million Baluch. Iran has about 2.5 million Baluch. There are more Azeris in Iran than in Azerbaijan. In fact, almost twice as many Azeris in Iran than in Azerbaijan. So Iran, and there are Kurds and others. It's a diverse country ethnically. Kazem?
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for taking the time and being here. My name is Kazem Samandari. I am a French citizen of Iranian origin, and it gives me great pleasure to see you here present tonight. Baha'is, to which I belong, have lived in India for the past 160 years. The largest Baha'i community outside Iran is in India. And the Baha'is have built also the beautiful Lotus Temple, which all Delhiites know. Baha'is are law-abiding, loyal citizens of every country where they live. They love their country, be it in India, in Iran, in Russia, China, or wherever it is. And they would never engage in any political or subversive activity. It is my prayer through you to the Supreme Leader to have mercy with the members of this community. They love Iran. They would like to see its glory, peace, and prosperity. So if I may request humbly that you submit this message to His Excellency, the Supreme Leader.
Thank you very much.
And
I do.
cousin spread sweetness
I do.
all over Delhi around with his Lawbra chain of confectionery. Go ahead.
Yes, I will do.
You want to respond to him?
No, I will do. He said I will send a message to the new Supreme Leader that the Iranians, especially the Baha'is, they love their countries and they are not agent for any other countries and they are not politicians, they are not doing it. I hope that I will send your message. Yes.
Abhishek, do I introduce you as an IAS officer, a film star, or a politician, or all of that?
Welcome, sir. My name is Abhishek Singh. I am a former IAS officer, Indian Administrative Service officer. I have also served as Deputy Commissioner of New Delhi for the longest period of time. I have also ventured into acting and entrepreneurship. My question to you is, as you said that India is one of the few countries where the Supreme Leader has sent its representative. Yes. In the light of the recent few phenomena which has happened, an Indian ship was attacked in the Strait of Hormuz, especially where India has invested around 500 million in building its Jahabar port, which the deal which was signed in 2024. Also, you said that the Supreme Leader loves India, and we also have a great relationship with Iran. But still, Pakistan is playing the role of a negotiator, the country which attacked us last year. And how do you see these events happening, and how do you see the relationship of Iran and India in the coming future, especially in the light of these events?
Yes, thank you very much. The relationship of Iran and India rooted to 5,000 years. Iran connected to India by cultural, education, economy, civilization, and philosophy. This relationship and friendship really is very strong. If you go to Iran, and we have some of our brothers and sisters who were in Iran or still maybe they live in Iran. If you go there and they ask you, where are you from? When you say, I'm from India, they say, ow, 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 and they hug you. All Iranians, they love Indians. Really, I'm telling honestly. Do you know, I said to my dear brothers and friends that I wake up by thinking of India and I sleep by thinking of India when I dream India. This is really mine. Even I said when I wanted to come here, I didn't want to come really, honestly. But now I love India as much. If you ask me go back, I will not go back. I feel more comfortable here. I love these people.
So why the attack on the Indian ship?
I'm coming to that. So I'm sure the relationship between Iran and India now is very strong, very good relationship, but in the future will be more better and more stronger and more wider and vast. They will have very good and very strong relationship. I'm sure that, no doubt about it. Regarding the ship, do you know the first time Iran, because while the Strait of Hormuz was closed, but Iran allowed some Indian ships to pass the Strait of Hormuz. When they came to this ceasefire, Iran and the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Iran announced frankly that the Strait of Hormuz is open for everyone. But at the same time, Iran was surrounded by warship of United States. So Iran realized that they want to pass some warship through Strait of Hormuz and coming near to Iran, and it will be more dangerous. Iran announced that the Strait of Hormuz, because of the security, is now closed. So why they gave permission to some ships, including Indian ships? If the relationship between India and Iran wasn't good, never they were giving permission to them to pass. But at these circumstances, Iran said, please no, let's stop. Because we cannot provide the security. And maybe some other sides, they will attack some ships and they impose it to Iran that Iran did it. So Iran warned these ships, now stop it. It's not because of India. Even China also, the ship was from China also the same. And we don't have any problem with the China, as well as we don't have any problem with India. Just only for the security, and they wanted to be sure that there will not happen something. But please, honestly, I'm telling you, I'm sure that the relationship between Iran and India will be more strong. Let me add one thing. I remember in the cooperation between Iran and India in Chabahar, there was some delay and problems, but we informed the Supreme Leader. He ordered that it should be solve the problem, whatever they want to provide for them, for the India. And even Indian side, they know that. It was more than maybe 10 years. India wanted to open cultural center in Tehran, but they couldn't get permission. Never they couldn't get permission, either from Ministry of Foreign Affairs or from Ministry of Interior and some others. But we informed the Supreme Leader. He said, no, it should be open. And at the same time, they open. Every year, the Supreme Leader of Iran invite one poet, Indian poet. And he loves Indian poem. And he said every year he had meeting with the poets, share, and they said, and your cultural consulate, and I forget his name. Yes, every year he participate, and from India as well.
Riaz Hamidullah, High Commissioner for Bangladesh.
Yes.
Thank you. Coming part of the South Asia, we have long regarded Iranian cinema, society, scholarship. And I think one of the key aspect of Iranian society that expresses its strength is women. Some may look at concern, but we look at with a lot of regard the way women in Iran has been brought in science and pursuit of knowledge. It will be my great curiosity to hear from you as to how you see, in spite of all that may be in the air.
Yes. This is a very good question. I cannot get any ladies and women are feeling more comfortable than Iranians. Because all Iranians under care and supervision of their wives. I cannot go out without permission of my wife. I cannot invite anyone with, honestly, I'm telling you, even if I want to invite my father or my mother, I have to get permission from her. Even
I think mothers-in-law are a universal issue.
Yes.
We leave that out.
Please, they are, even in my house, my duty washing dishes, preparing breakfast, and calling my wife, my dear, my boss, please come, the breakfast is ready. So really, the ladies in Iran are feeling very, very free. They don't need to go for work because the work is duty and responsibility for men. Now more than 60% of our students are ladies. More than 60.1. of our students are ladies. This means in near future, there is no job for men. Everything will be under control of ladies. Really, they have their own freedom. They are working very hard, and we have engineer, we have mayor, we have governor among the ladies. We have ambassadors. Some of our ambassadors are ladies.
In fact, Iran has almost 100% literacy for anybody between 15 and 40. Women might have a couple of percentages higher than men, and there are more women who hold PhD degrees in Iran than men. Amitabh.
My name is Amitabh Dubey. I just wanted to pick up on the question that was asked on the relationship with India and Iran. Recently, a senior member of the RSS was quoted. He got into a little bit of trouble saying in the United States that, he was telling his American audience that, we've done whatever you've asked. We've stopped buying oil from Russia, stopped buying oil from Iran. Why is there a problem? And of course, he retracted these remarks subsequently, but they stood. What is your view? Of course, India has a relationship with the United States, India has a relationship with Israel, and India has a relationship with Iran. What is your view on how India has been balancing these relationships, particularly in the run-up to the 28th? I think there's been some change in the policy subsequently, but do you have a view on how India has been managing these important relationships?
Amitabh works for the Congress Party.
Yes. Actually, yesterday I was asked why you are here. Have you come here to bring unity between Muslims and coexistence, or unity between the different communities? I said, no, I'm here to learn. I'm a student to benefit from you. And I want to say that Indians know how they can work and how they can take their decisions. They are, mashallah, very wise, and they know how they should bring the balance between these countries and the relationship between the countries, and what is their interest. This is very important. To interest, yes, they know, alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir. So I'm Vrinda. I cover tech policy for ThePrint. My question is that, one of my first introductions to Iran was Kiarostami's cinema, right? Which is like a way of soft diplomacy. And now we see that happening on social media with the Iranian embassy accounts. There has been a 30-fold increase in engagement across the accounts because of the kind of tone that the Iranian embassies have started taking. They post these really funny AI-generated videos or memes that are very relatable to the younger generation, and they also engage with it quite thoughtfully. Then there are these Lego videos that have gotten quite famous. I mean, The Economist covers it every single day. And there are also like Indians who are now asking for a job at the embassy because they find it really funny and they are engaging with the politics meaningfully. So is this sort of like a soft diplomacy that is happening from the side of Iran? Is there a thought process to it? Or is it just a free, reign in the hands of these embassies, individual embassies?
I think on her behalf, others will also have a complaint that they've tried to reach out to the Lego team, but they haven't spoken with us, but they speak with the BBC, right? So as the Supreme Leader's representative in India, you should tell that team that Indian media matters more than the BBC.
The question is about the donation in...
No. The question is about that Iranian embassies are using the soft power with this Lego AI-generated videos, memes, and Legos. Is that done centrally, or is it done individually by each embassy?
No, it's individually. No, it's not centralized.
Is there going to be a prize at the end of the year, end of the ball?
Yes.
Which embassy did best?
Yes. No, please, we have in any embassy one expert of media, and he's the one who makes something or writes something and posts it. Sometimes after 2 hours they delete it also. No, this is individual. This is not the policy of Iran. This is individual.
Do you enjoy the
No,
memes?
I didn't see.
Ma'am, we have to do some quick questions.
Yes, hi.
Please stand up and
Sure,
introduce
of course.
yourself and please.
Of course. Hello, sir. My name is Pari Javeri. I'm from the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy. I currently set up boards for companies and I work on corporate governance. I feel like the gender question was not fully addressed. So I just wanted to understand from you that, in the present discourse and whatever negotiations have been happening, do you have any women senior diplomats in representing Iran? That's one. Two, do you have any personal story or experience of women being at the forefront of any negotiation or any discourse, any personal favorite story or a case study that you can talk about? Because one is not seeing women at all.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes. Our ambassador in Malaysia was lady. Our ambassador in Brunei is lady. Our ambassadors in some other countries also are ladies we have. At the same time also, we have a lot of experts among the ladies in our embassies. For instance, I was in Indonesia. The member of our diplomatic corps was maybe, 8, 9 people. 4 of them are ladies. 4 of them are ladies. They are working. In United Nations, we have some ladies, maybe you saw them. Even in some other international organization, there are a lot. And even in Ministry of Foreign Affairs, maybe 30% of them at the moment are ladies. And they have also university, which belongs to just only for international relations and communication, something like that. Belongs to this university belongs to Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and a lot. I don't know how many percent, but I know more than 30% of them are ladies. Please, ladies in Iran, they have most powerful.
Thank you so much, sir. My name is Dr. Rishi Gupta. I work with Asia Society Policy Institute. My question is to you.
He's a scholar on strategic issues, but particularly focused on the subcontinent.
On the region. So, in your remarks initially, you mentioned that you love India, you dream about India, but the missing component is the conversation that you have with India in your dreams, especially on the expectation part. Not the one that we just talked about, but the expectation you have currently with India, considering there is a war. Yeah. Thank you.
Actually, my expectation from our brothers and sisters in India was far lower than what I saw it. I'm telling you honestly. I got a lot of information about India. I read some books because I was at my university, I was studying philosophy of India. Everyone should do it. So because of that, I read a lot of books about India and studied about India. I heard from our supreme leader about India. But that one only was information for me. I didn't test it. Like when I described this food is very, very delicious. But if you test it, something else. Since the martyrdom of our supreme leader, I met a lot of delegations, Hindu communities, Christians, Sikhs, Shia communities, Sunni communities, Jain communities. Really, it was above my imagination and expectation. I felt by my blood, by my spirit, by my mind, the honesty, kindness, loyalty, wisdom of these people. Even sometimes I met some little girls and I told him, I'm so small in front of you. Really, the emotions, feelings, reaction of our brothers and sisters in India, regardless their religion, is far more than my expectation. Even I told one official in India, I said, please, these people are worthy to sacrifice yourself for them.
Good evening, sir. My name is Bashir Abbas. I work at CSDR and I write for the Indian Express. Two quick questions. The first question is, how does Iran view the UAE's role in the current war, present and future? And the second is, the Israeli Air Force announced just a few hours before this event that it is resuming bombing southern Lebanon. Even if the US doesn't resume its attacks on Iran, does that affect Iran's view of the current ceasefire? That's it.
Yes, thank you very much. Actually, UAE is our neighbor, and we had very
closest neighbor.
Yes, the closest neighbor, and I can say I don't know exactly how many percent of them are Iranian, originally are Iranians. Even if you go there, you will see that they are speaking Persian language. We had very good relationship with them, friendship with them. Even some of them, even the kings or amirs are Iranians. So, but they offered their land to United States of America, and they supported also United States of America, and they supported some other countries, and they attacked us. And the images and photos of that one, you will see it from satellite. Even they attacked this MENA from these countries. And they killed 175 or 74 innocent girls. So, but we didn't attack this country. We don't want to attack. And just only we defend ourselves. I'm sure after this war, the relationship between Iran and UAE will be more better. Because they realize that no one can protect them.
That's in spite of UAE's relationship with Israel now. Because
please, yes, having relationship with any other country, this is your matter. This is your issue, your business. We don't want to have interfere in your policy. You are the one who takes the policy for your country based on your interest. But you are not allowed to provide opportunity and basis for our enemy to attack us. This is the major problem. But you have a relationship with this country, other country, this is your matter. We cannot interfere to that one. We cannot dictate to you, do that or not.
Keshav covers foreign affairs for us.
Yes.
Keshav and then the gentleman here, and I think we should. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Representative. My first question is on Pakistan. Do you really trust Pakistan to be an honest broker for a ceasefire? In 2024, Pakistan attacked Iran. It carried out aircraft strikes, right? So how, and they're one of the US's closest allies for over 7 decades almost. So how effective do you honestly think Pakistan is an honest broker, and you trust Islamabad to bring a conclusion to this conflict? Thank you.
You're welcome. As you know, we didn't call anyone to be intermediate, a mediator between us and the United States. But some countries, they initiated this to be as a mediation between Iran and United States. One of this country is Pakistan, and started to be more active at that side. And this is just only a mediator between our message to United States. They will do it.
But there is no trust deficit, or there is no trust. Is there trust deficit, or is there sufficient trust? Because one of your MPs tweeted yesterday that Pakistan cannot be seen as a neutral party.
Yes, Pakistan is taking our provided opportunities and base and field for negotiation at the first term, and also getting our messages and send it to United States.
Why don't we take the questions together and he can answer them?
Okay, sounds good. My name is Sanjay Sethi. I'm a tech entrepreneur and founder. And firstly, thank you very much, sir, for being here. It's really good to hear directly from you. And I mean, personally, I have been a great fan of Persia and a student of history. So, and whatever you are saying and totally gels with me. I have a very specific question. When the war started, there was an internet blackout that happened.
Yes.
And there is, and right before the war, there were demonstrations that were happening, and we were seeing that in the media. Some of the speculations were that those blackouts were to kind of suppress the voice of people. When the Supreme Leader got assassinated, that was very unfortunate. But for the world not to see what the reality in the country was at that time. So, what is your reaction to that?
I think that's one question. Internet shutdowns. Who's the ma'am in the back? And then the gentleman in the blue shirt there, I think will be done. Oh. Okay, you have it. You also ask yours, meanwhile.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for this opportunity to listen to your point of view. Clearly, there has to be an off-ramp. And in the last week or 10 days, President Trump's been sort of now going after nuclear as one of the sort of the deal breakers in this going. What's the opportunity that Iran would like to take to get this off-ramp so that there can be a direction to peace, or this detente is going to stay?
Yes. Number 2, ma'am, number 3.
My name is Sachi and I'm a marketing professional. My question is actually an extension of what the gentleman in front asked about the internet blackout in Iran. And we don't know much about how the normal citizens of Iran are doing, what kind of issues they're dealing with. And there's a lot of, while you did mention that, women are free to go and study and possibly pursue other careers, but there's a lot of reports about how people are being silenced whenever they try to speak out against the regime, and people are not really free to voice their opinions. So if you could just throw some light about that.
The last question there. Yes.
Yeah, hi.
I think you've been waiting for the longest.
No, that's fine. I'm an intern over here, Jaideep. I wish to ask a bit older question about last decade. In 2015, JCPOA is signed. It remains in force till 2018, till Donald Trump revokes it. The economic pressure on Iran is the least, and Iran complies by the nuclear provisions. It keeps the enrichment levels till 3.67. But during the same years, if you look at the external activity, these were the same years where Assad consolidates its power over Syria. These were the same years where Houthis consolidated their power over Yemen with the help of Iranian militias. Now, you just said, sir, that Iran just provides spiritual support. But if there are any other resources that Iran provides with this excess of resistance, then how genuine is the grievance of a normal Iranian that the same resources can be used for the betterment of Iranian people?
Hi, sir. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a very interesting conversation. My name is Tanya, and I'm a finance professional. My question to you is, since the war started, we've seen Israel and the US on one side. Now, when we're having ceasefire discussions, or whether the war continues, are there any expectations that Iran has from its key allies?
Okay, so 2 questions about internet. One question about is there an off-ramp that Iran looks at? His question is about whether JCPOA are the other Iran's adversaries not right to think that Iran took advantage of JCPOA and strengthened its proxies. Those are the questions. And your question was?
About whether Iran has any expectations
from its allies, yes. So go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm thankful to you also having me here. Really, I enjoy a lot to be here with our brothers and sisters in India. I enjoy a lot. Concerning regarding the internet, yes, before this war, we have some conflict in Iran and demonstration, as you know. But look at them and the nature of that demonstration. They got a lot of weapons, gun and some other things. And as the one minister of Israel minister mentioned, our agent in the street of Iran, they are working there. A lot of thousands of people were educated in our neighbor countries, and they entered to the countries. they were receiving monthly amount dollars for bringing conflict in Iran. Imagine, they have the documents. If they kill police, they receive 10,000 US dollar. If they damage mosque, they receive 15,000 US dollars. If they kill ordinary people, just only 500 US dollars. There is the documents. They came, please imagine, these people attacked the police. They beheaded a lot of police. They killed them and they put their head on their body. They burned some doctors were in ambulance while they were alive. They closed the door and they burned the ambulance. They damaged a lot of library. They damaged a lot of mosques. They damaged a lot of banks. They killed a lot of innocent people. Please listen to the officials' reports, not from us. Even the minister of Israel mentioned our agents are very active in street in Iran. This was demonstration. And they were receiving their education and order through WhatsApp, internet, and they were doing everything. Even they were educated how they have to build cocktail Molotov, how they bomb and other things. Iran cut off this internet, but not internal internet. We have our own internal internet. That's international internet. They cut it and they broke down, they shut down the net between them. So the place became calm. They say Iran killed thousands of its civilians. It's not true. According to the reports, 3,000 were killed at that time, but majority of them, more than 2,500 of them were civilians, and police officials were killed by these people who came down from the other side. During this war also, a lot of our commanders, our police, our officials, some our ministers, deputy ministers are killed just only for internet. So Iran was forced to cut off, shut down the internet, international internet, not internal internet. In Iran, everyone uses its internet.
I think we are champions at cutting internet, except our district SPs and now DSPs and SHOs can also do it sometimes. If they find a little bit of trouble, they switch off internet. So there is open season on internet, but Iran's a bit more widespread. Sir, and his question, is there an off-ramp? What off-ramp do you see?
Actually, Iran is ready to reach to the conclusion with the United States of America, with United Nations, with European countries, but needs Iran at least its right, the less right, not highest right. Iran has right to have nuclear power enrichment or not. Even before, Iran was agreed to have up to 20%. Iran accepted. And they shut
But now you have up to 68%.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yes, we have. When we had for some years, we had a lot of negotiation with the administration of President Barack Obama. We reached the conclusion, but the president of Trump came and threw it away and said no. At that one, we accepted, they accepted to be on just only 20%. But when they refused everything, we said, okay, we will do it. Iran is ready to receive just only its right according to international laws, according to international organizations. Iran doesn't need anything more. Just
Okay,
justice
so
and fair.
I think we have to call it the day, but I will, if do not give a question to Devdatta, I will have many questions to answer. Devdatta is one of our colleagues, and she's also the curator of our very popular feature, Go to Pakistan. What is Go to Pakistan? Sometimes when you don't like something that somebody says, go to Pakistan. So we thought, just as a flourish, that what is it that you might see if you actually went to Pakistan? So she keeps track of what's going on in Pakistan, and that's a very popular feature on the print, Devdatta. And she keeps an eye on the neighborhood also.
Good evening, Representative. I do not have questions. I have just 3 quick clarifications from you because, like you said, we should not go by Western reports when it comes to Iran.
Yes.
My first question is, you said the Supreme Leader right now, Mustafa Khamenei, he's doing well. He has given you his goodwill and wishes.
And he has written he's in an answer to his question in his handwriting.
Absolutely. So does that mean that the NYT reports on him being grievously injured and his, a part of his body not functioning, will you say that it is wrong, first of all? And then a follow-up to your answer, since you said that the economic protests in January were mainly instigated by outsider forces, which led to the internet shutdown. Sure, I mean, you might know better, but a part of the protests were also because of massive economic crisis, and it was begun by the traders. So are you saying the traders were planted as well? And again, I want a clarification on this. And the third question was on someone who asked on the situation of minorities. Now, like Sir pointed out on the Baha'is, who are the biggest non-religious minorities in Iran, and you said that everyone has free will in the country, but the Baha'is, right on the day when the war began, 29th, on 1st of March, there was a 29-year-old born Naik Imani who faced 2 mock trials, and there have also been reports of the Supreme Leader labeling the Baha'i community as morally deviant and not giving them any kind of human rights as such. Even, like they are not allowed to bury their dead people. They do not have access to cemeteries. When it comes to the question of human rights, we have seen a lot of reports on women, the human rights violation of gender. A lot of people have asked these questions. My clarification then is that, would you say then that Iran, despite its history of civilizational culture, does not have any kind of human rights violations currently in the country? Are they all made up? Are they all not true, or are they factually incorrect? Thank you.
So 3 questions. Is the Supreme Leader in good health, which means is the NYT story claiming that part of his body is heavily damaged is incorrect? Number 2.
Number 2 is on what you said, that most of the protests of the
protests are from outside. So were the traders also planted by outsiders? And third, would you say that there are no human rights violations in Iran?
Yes. Yes, regarding the first question, Ayatollah Mustafa Khamenei, in the beginning also I heard that he was injured, he lost one of his leg, and a lot. And I was thinking it's true. Finally, I received message from one of my friends who met him, and he said he is very in good condition, he's very healthy. Even he asked of you, I said, how is he? Do you know anything about him? How is he? I said, no, he's good, and so and so. But he's healthy. But what's happened to him, I don't know exactly. But what I know, that he is doing his regular responsibility, he's attending the meeting, and some of our officials like presidents and also spokesperson of the parliament and some others have meeting with him. I know that. Even not that, some others also, which I talked to them, they have meeting with him. And they said, no, he has his own meeting with them. And I saw his handwriting. And I'm familiar with his writing. Even he issued some statements. I know that this is from him, because I'm familiar with his literature. So he was from him. But more than that, what's happened to him, maybe he lost one of his leg or not, I don't know. But he's healthy. Really. Yes, this is really is healthy. And yesterday also I asked someone of them because I had doubt about it. He said, please, I wrote to him this question and immediately he answered me and he sent it back to me. Even I sent to him letter and he received it by his name. This is regarding the first question. And the second question,
protesters.
Please.
Traders.
Yes, yes. The Strait of Hormuz was closed. After 20 days, just only 20 days, a lot of countries got big problems. In Indonesia, they shut down just one day and they said it's holiday, 3 days holidays. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The government announced. Why? Because of economizing of petrol,
fuel
and gas. This is one. They were offering food, milk to the students. They stopped it. And a lot of other factories were closed in Malaysia, in Thailand, in Indonesia, and some other countries, and just only 20 days. Imagine Iran 47 years under sanctions. As the President Trump mentions several times, maximum pressure of sanction, economic sanction against Iran. Tolerated. Iranians are under sanction, economic problems. Yes, we are facing big economic problems, but it's not from us. Because they made a lot of sanction against Iran. So the people came out, even it was the peaceful demonstration from the bazaar, we call it bazaar market. They came out and they started, we asked the government to solve these problems. And even at that time, I remember our late Supreme Leader said they are right. But at the same time, a person, look at internet, you will see, he came, started talking against government. When they arrested him, the bazaar themselves, the business people, businessmen, arrested, they realized that this is not even businessman. He came from some other cities. So they sent thousands of people who were educated, treated in abroad. They sent them to Iran. They came to the market. They came to the street. And you can see the movies and film from them, how they were beheading the people, how they were attacking mosques, how they were attacking library. Even one of them, I saw interview from actual internet. He said, I entered to the mosque. I saw two people are there, two young people were offering and they salat, their prayer. We burned the mosque and closed the door. And they were burned in the mosque. This is, they were doing it. And a lot of other people from abroad, from these different countries, they mentioned clearly that we supported them. We sent them to Iran for this demonstration and bringing the crisis. Really, in Germany, if there is policeman, you want to ask him something, you raise your hand. He has the right to shout at you. This is in Germany. And kill you. But in Iran, policeman doesn't have gun to defend himself. They are not allowed to use anything against the protesters. Because of that, hundreds of police have been killed because they don't have anything. So the demonstration started because of the economic crisis, and it's true. Even Supreme Leader approved them and said these people are right. What they want is true and correct, and the government should look at it and solve their problems. But the other peoples, they benefit from this situation. And regarding the freedom, please, according to the Constitution of Iran, according to the Constitution of Iran, everyone is free. And there is no any force for idea, for having this idea or any other. Even if you are familiar with the Holy Quran, in the Quran we have La ikraha fid din. There is no force for religion. You cannot impose your religion to any other. And according to the history, during the time of the Prophet, during the time of Imams, we have Imam Ali, we have, and you know them, Imam Hussein, never they force anyone to accept this religion or any other religion. Please go to the history. The Prophet of Islam never ever initiated any war against anyone. He didn't start any war against anyone. All his battles was just defend itself. In Iran, minority and everyone frees and benefit from his right. Yes, something which we have to know it. Do you know in Iran, the majority of them are Shia, and we have Sunni minority. Sometimes, for instance, one Sunni person, he killed another person. According to our law and regulation, if the people of the killed one are not giving forgiveness to this one, this should be killed, according to our law and Islamic laws. So this one killed 2-3 people and is a Sunni from Sunni cities. So he will be excused. He will be killed. But in the media, they will say, because he is Sunni, because they want to bring conflict and the friendship between Sunni and Shia. Yes, he was killed by the government, but it's not because he's a Sunni, because he was killed 2-3 people. I say everyone is free, but if someone commits wrong or any type of crimes, and executed, so this is not because of his idea or of his religion, just only because of his criminal, he's a criminal, or maybe he committed something wrong.
Well, thank you very much. I think we should let him go, at least from here.
The Print off the Cuff. Experience partner, The Quorum.